What if I told you there's a super simple niche on Amazon KDP that's low effort, high reward, and almost nobody's talking about it? I'm talking about visitor logbooks, a niche that's literally hiding in plain sight. And listen, I know what you might be thinking. Hey Jeff, visitor logbooks, that sounds kind of boring, but boring makes money, and that's the point. $100, $200, even $500 a month from just one book. Imagine having dozens of books doing the same. Now we're talking about a real substantial income. So today I'm going to show you why this niche works, go over different types of visitor logbooks you can create, and actually walk you through how to make one from scratch so you can start selling without second guessing yourself. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, when people hear visitor logbook, they assume there's just one kind, but there are actually multiple variations, which is where the real opportunity is. So here are a few that sell really well on Amazon. You have the business and office visitor logbook. Use at front desks to track who comes in and out. Think doctor's offices, corporate buildings, and schools. You have event guest sign-in books, perfect for weddings, open houses, art galleries, or even funerals. Yes, funeral guest books sell well. You have Airbnb and vacation rental guest books. These aren't just logbooks. Hosts want guests to write down memories, recommendations, and feedback, so these sell like crazy. You have security visitor logbooks. Some places legally require visitor logs for compliance, like warehouses, factories, and government buildings. You have campground or RV park logbooks, great for parks and campsites that need to track visitors. Plus, campers like leaving fun notes for future travelers. And that's just the start. There are so many more versions of these books. Now let's talk about why this is one of the easiest KDP books you'll ever create. A visitor logbook interior is literally just a few columns and rows, name, date, reason for visit, maybe a few extra fields depending on the niche. That's it, no writing, no crazy designs. And I've been publishing on KDP since 2019, and I can tell you this is one of the fastest books to make. If you can spend 30 minutes in Canva or create a Fabrica, you can have a full interior ready to upload. So with that being said, let's take a look at this niche. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at this niche, the visitor logbook, the very first thing that you're going to see on your screen is this purple bar called Titan's Quick View. This is a free KDP research extension tool that you can use and can download if you go to the Chrome Web Store, make a search for self-publishing Titans. Look for this one right here, Titan's Quick View, Amazon Niche Finder. It's going to give you a lot of useful things, niche and keyword research tool, the Amazon Quick View BSR data, for Amazon KDP. You can also install this Titans Pro that I use, and you'll see it in my video, which is going to allow you to see this AMZ suggestion expander. Now, if we look at all the data gathered from Titans Quick View, we can see the total results is 1,130. Now, typically when it comes to the search results, I'm looking for about 1,000 or less, because this is going to tell me that the competition is not so high, not so competitive, which means that it gives our book a better chance at getting ranked on the first or second page of Amazon so that people can actually see the book and they can actually buy the book. So we can see with the results of 1,130, it's kind of at that threshold where it's still not too competitive. Competition is starting to seep in, but you're still going to have a great chance at getting your book ranked on the first or second page of Amazon without having to resort to things like KDP ads. Now we see the exact match, 25 out of 48. This basically means how many books are showing for this exact keyword in their book's title. Now, 23 independently published books, also meaning 23 KDP books on the first page. We see the average bestsellers rank of 581,000. The average reviews, 53, pretty low, which means that there's probably a lot of books here when we go searching through the first page that are just fairly new because they're still racking up reviews. And then the average price of $21, which tells me that KDP books are mixed in with all other types of products, because the typical price point for this book is about $6.99 up to, I would say, $7.99. Now, if we take a scroll through the first page of Amazon, this is where we're going to see what type of demand there is for this niche. Now, there's no point putting a book up on Amazon if people aren't looking for that type of book. So in order to judge demand, I'm looking for 3 or more KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that the books are selling consistently right now, which means that there has to be some type of demand here. So starting on the first row, we're looking for those 3 books that have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below. Notice this overall pick is not a KDP book. Once you hover over it, You don't see anything here that says independently published. It's pretty easy to spot a KDP book. This one, when I hover over it, it says independently published, which verifies that it is a KDP book, and the bestsellers rank of 58,000. So this is one book showing demand. These other 3 are not KDP books. So we just move on to the next row. I don't see any KDP books here. Next row, I see probably 2 KDP books here. This one right here, independently published, ranked at 558,000. That's a little bit higher. But the one over here is ranked at 228,000. So that's 2 books that are showing demand. Now I'm only looking for one more book that shows demand, and we're gonna get that right here. This is a more generic type of logbook. You can use it for a visitor logbook or whatever type of logbook. This one's ranked at 37,000, but let's just go through the rest of this first page. We have a couple here that are ranking in the millions. And then we have this one. This is a church visitors logbook. This one's ranked at 228,000. So as you can see, there are different types of logbooks that you can create. We have one right here for nursing homes ranked at around 300,000. And then you have this visitor guest book for a vacation rental, think Airbnb. This one is ranked around 300,000. And this one right here, same kind of thing, ranked at 111,000. So as you can see, a lot of demand, different types of visitor logbooks that you could think about creating, which is basically going to allow you to double down in this niche, creating all types of logbooks for the exact same niche. Now, the last thing that I like to look at is this niche score. Now, when it comes to the niche score, which basically for me validates the first 2 steps when it comes to the competition and the demand, I'm looking for a score of at least 50. So we can see with the niche score of 72, that's well above the 50 that I look for. So with all the information that we just looked at, it's basically pointing me in the direction that there is potential for profits here. So now it's time to actually take a deeper look into the interiors of this book. Now, if we take a look at this book, this is the visitor logbook, guest sign in and sign out register for offices and businesses, tracking 3,000 entries. This one's priced at $8.99. They also offer the hardcover version, which you can do for free on Amazon KDP, priced at $16.99. Right here, 4.8 out of 5 rating, 82% overall of 5-star. And then with the description, we can see 30 visitors records per page, 8.5 by 11 inches. This one has a matte finish cover design, and overall 102 pages. Now, if we head on over to this KDP royalty calculator, I put in the page count and the list price, and we can see that the standard royalty is at $3.24 with the extended distribution at $1.45. And then here is the breakdown of where all that money is going to. You have $2.15 going to printing cost, and then the Amazon fee. This makes up the bulk of the entire book price. The Amazon fee is $3.60. Leaving this book with a $3.24 royalty for every book sold. Now, if we scroll down to look at the A+ content, this is where publishers can add more information about their book, basically put some more personality into their listings. So here's a little mock-up of the logbook, what it would look like besides some furniture, and then the actual interior right here. So if you can see visitor logbook up at top, and then you have date, visitor's name, reason for visit, time in, time out, and then signature. And then it's just a bunch of boxes with numbers on the bottom, repeated over and over and over all throughout the book. So you basically create one page and then you just duplicate it over and over. This is the reason why I love logbooks and the reason why you should be creating lots of logbooks in your library. Now, if we take a look at the bestsellers rank of 58,231, we plug it into this KDP book sales calculator. We can see estimated book sales, 5 a day, 150 per month. And then if we translate that into estimated royalties, that's about $16 per day and almost $500 per month coming from a single logbook, which is crazy to me because you can have dozens and dozens and dozens of these types of logbooks all bringing in sales and income and royalties every single month. And at the end of the month, all of that is going to add up to something a lot more substantial. Now, if you're serious about making real money with KDP and want the exact step-by-step system I use to create and sell books on Amazon, I've got something for you. I put together the KDP Royalty Roadmap, a complete beginner-friendly guide that walks you through everything from finding profitable niches to designing your book, publishing it the right way, and most importantly, making sales. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start building a real passive income, I'll put the link down below. Now to create this interior is actually pretty simple. I always go to Creative Fabrica, and the first thing I do is always make a search for this type of interior. So in this case, visitor logbook, we can see over 200 results found. And so if we look through some of these interiors, we're gonna see that mostly all of them are gonna have the exact same information, but they're gonna be designed slightly different from interior to interior. So you can feel free to go ahead and use one of these interiors for your logbooks, because it's not going to have the same issue with duplicate content as, for example, a coloring book or an activity book will. This is technically almost a no content type of book. So the assumption here is that a lot of the information with these logbooks are all going to be very similar. Now here's a visitor logbook that I found. This one is a bathroom visitor logbook, but this one is available in Canva, so we can easily edit it. Now, if we head on over to Canva, and we do a custom size for 8.5 by 11 inches. I'm going to show you how you can create this from scratch. So really all we need to do for this type of logbook is to create the grids. So if you go ahead and go to the left-hand side, click on elements, and you scroll down where it says tables, you can click right here where it says see all, and then you can find something here that you like. For example, this one right here, we can play around with this. So if you right click, you can add a row, you can add a column, and then you can also delete them if you want. So for this type of logbook, we need to create space for the date, the visitor's name, the reason for the visit, the time in, the time out, and then the signature, just like that logbook that we looked at. So we need to add some more columns here. And then we can go ahead and resize this. I'm just gonna make it as big as I can here. Let's go ahead and scrunch this up. And then let's add some rows here. Let's move it to the top. And then for this one, double click, and then you can type in date. The next one, visitor's name. The next one, reason for visit. The next one, time in. Next one, time out. And the last one is the signature / initial. Now what we can also do is we can go ahead and resize these columns. So we can put the date down like that. I'm gonna go ahead and do something like that. Reason for visit, visitor's name, reason for visit needs to be a little bit bigger. Time in, time out. Let's make this a little bit smaller. And then what we can do is we can keep adding rows all the way to the bottom of the page. And then there you go. We just completed one of the interiors. And then all we have to do is just duplicate it and keep duplicating the page until we have about 100 pages. And once we have all of our pages, it's basically completely done. All we have to do is hit share, hit download, download as a PDF print, flatten PDF, make sure it's all pages, and then choose CMYK, or if you're just using the free version of Canva, you can choose RGB, and then hit download. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffsAtLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.